Hello, I'm Christy, Head of Product at Bravo Store Systems, and I'm super excited to share with you some of our awesome updates in our first release of 2023. We're going to start off by talking about E4473 updates, then about new retail features and functionality. Next, we're going to move on to mobile, and we're going to go ahead and wrap up with my personal favorite, customer suggestions. So let's go ahead and jump in, starting with the big stuff. The next release of Bravo will include the newest ATF Form 4473 update to the revised December 2022 version. What's changed? A lot, including the updates to the notices, instructions, and definitions. I counted 50 changes to the new form, with almost certainly more revisions coming from the ATF this year. The most significant changes include identifying a PMF, if the buyer resides in city limits. There are 2 new prohibiting questions, and we now have the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act 10-day waiting period on certain transfers involving transferees under the age of 21. Now, the ATF provides a detailed breakout of all of the form changes right on their website, so now is the time to start training your team on these new forms. They are mandatory starting April 1st, and I am not fooling around. If you are an E4473 user, we've already done a lot of the heavy lifting for you. First, E4473 will automatically validate proper yes/no responses for the 2 new prohibiting questions. And second, E4473 will help track and report your BSCA compliance. Based on customer feedback, we also added validation to question 19 and 20, and warning during the review for question 20, reminding employees to obtain any required supplementational documentation for non-U.S. citizens. You may have already noticed that our next update, we added a bit of color to the E4473 progress bar, making it easier to immediately see where you or an employee is within the workflow of releasing a firearm. And finally, for cloud storage customers, we added back the automation of printing those 3310 forms at the end of the customer transaction, helping to serve as a reminder to file those with your Clio. Little inside scoop, we're researching auto email next. Shifting our attention away from E4473 and cloud storage, let's review some retail updates coming your way. Continuing the build out for more retail functionality, serialized inventory like firearms can now be added to a single SKU, eliminating the requirement for each serialized item to be individually created or copied to inventory. This new functionality not only streamlines the reorder process, but it makes adding additional quantities of inventory into Bravo a breeze. And for an even more streamlined approach, tie an existing account from Sports South, Lipsey's, or RSR group into Bravo and import catalog item information right in. This is a huge deal. Simply scan the distributor's UPC into Bravo, then just enter the retail and store price, cost and quantity. That is it. Print a label or simply make use of the manufacturer's UPC code at the register during checkout. In a near future release, SKU inventory will also be available for sale on used guns, buya.com, and your own company branded website. Moving away from point of sale and into mobile products. First up, we've done some back-end coding work to mobile messenger, ensuring any URLs that are added to a text message are valid, providing a positive user experience. Next, both Mobile Pawn and the Buya app are now all access. This means the apps will now be available for download to all customers with no activation code needed. While activity on the app will initially be limited to shopping, this is phase 1 of our plan to help drive more business into your shop. If you've been on the fence about adding apps to your product lineup, now is the best time to get started. Our next mobile update was made based on customer feedback in an effort to reduce duplicate payments. Mobile Pawn customers will receive a prompt warning if they attempt to make more than one payment within a 15-day period of time. The threshold was previously set to 48 hours. The last mobile update we made to Mobile Pawn, we are officially launching the rollout of digital pawn tickets for My Pawns. Loan customers can now accept disclosures via a checkbox, digitally sign the ticket, and or just have access to a PDF copy in the app. Special note here, this feature does require that each and every pawn ticket is custom developed into Mobile Pawn. Now, the first pawn contract Mobile Pawn will support is listed here. The GR10CA No Just Legal. And if that's your ticket, you can get started by giving a call to the Customer Success Department. Now, if this isn't your ticket, but you'd like to get started in digitizing your ticket with Mobile Pawn, please submit a Zendesk ticket. I've already peppered in a handful of customer suggestions, but we'll go ahead and wrap this show with what's left. First up, we've redesigned the standard inventory price label to provide a more user-friendly experience for both shop employees and customers. Most notably, you will see by popular demand, the price font has increased to its maximum size, and we've incorporated additional white spacing around the barcode itself, resulting in more accurate scans. Speaking of scanning, in the next release of Bravo, converted manufacturer UPCs can be scanned directly into Smart Search. Selecting the additional drop-down menu for transaction type is no longer necessary, making the transition to Bravo even smoother sailing. For our pawnbrokers in Texas, Alabama, California, and New Jersey, we created and or updated some new pawn tickets for you. And we also updated the California CAPS police export to ensure compliance with State Bill 1317. A note to California users, this export cannot be updated until CAPS is ready to actually accept this export. On that day, the CAPS is ready, just follow the simple steps we've outlined in our video found in the Bravo Store System YouTube channel, or search the Bravo Solution Center for how to update your CAPS 2023 plugin. Well, that wraps this major release, but stay tuned. We are hard at work with more major and minor releases coming in 2023.